welcome back to the channel, and today's video is my annual favourites video from the season. I could not get my favourites down to 10 this year, so I only just about managed to get them down to 15. So for this year it is my top 15 favourite photos from the 2023 season, and there is definitely a theme with all of them, and that is why I really struggled to reduce it. I originally had like 73. And then I thought I was going to have to do 2 videos, so top 20, but managed to get them down to 15, so I hope you enjoy them. So, in 15th place, this, I totally didn't just go away in between filming the intro clip and this to actually organise these, as I thought I'd already done that, but I hadn't, so I've done that now quickly. This season's was like hard to organise because there were just so many good moments, because this season two people who I worked really closely with was Sam and Go Racing, so a lot of my content has been focused around those two, with some photos from JR and just other people around the paddock, but those have been the main 2 focuses. So a lot of these moments are focused on that team and rider, as I've got that friendship with them, and the moments just mean a lot through the photos. But anyway, up first I have this photo from Snetterton this year, which I think was round 5. They changed the line for the calendar this year, so it's out earlier than it otherwise would have. But this is of Snetterton, and it is the Junior Superstock podium for JR, and the reason I really like this one is just because who doesn't like a podium photo? And it was Harrison's rookie year in Stock 6, coming up from British Talent Cup, and in this one he got 3rd place, which is his first podium in that class, which is sadly no more now. But so because he got 3rd place, the kind of memory behind this photo and this podium for me personally is just that Sam was unfortunately crashed out of the race, so I'd gone back to the awning as Harrison was sat in, I think, 5th when Sam crashed out. So that put him up to 4th, and then I'd gone back to the awning and I was checking results, and I completely hadn't clocked that because Dawson had crashed out as well, that bumped Harrison into the podium positions. So I ended up sprinting back to the racing, grabbing my camera, and then running to the podium to shoot this for JR and Harrison. And I really like how it turned out, and you can just, see the smiles and kind of just see what that first podium means, really. And this second photo, which is in 14th place, is one from the finale of the season at Brands Hatch, and it is one of Joe Richardson, the team principal for JR, just kind of spot the camera and just look really excited as Joe Talbot, the stock thou rider for them, secured his 2nd podium of the weekend, making it 2/3 for him at Brands, where he'd also done 2 wins at Donny the weekend before as well. So that was a good end to the season for them, and Joe's just looking very happy in this photo, and I love when people play up to the camera, which is definitely the theme of the Go Racing photos in this set. So, as I mentioned, I love when people play up to the camera, and as I said, that's the theme of the Go Racing photos for a lot of these. So this season, Go Racing had Harry Rowlings join the squad, and it was great. So unfortunately at the start of the season, Harvey had broken something in his leg, so he wasn't in the first few rounds. But Harry was such a good sport all season. He really played up the camera, and he's probably going to hate me for this, but a lot of these photos are of him playing up to the camera because they are just so funny. And so this one, there are a lot of these this season, and this comes in 13th place, and it was just so funny. It started off as just a bit of an awkward photo, and it just the smiles behind it and the laughs that everyone got out of it, which then turned into a theme as Scott Swan commented on the photo, and we made it kind of a point, Harry and I, to try and get these photos for the rest of the season, as it's just kind of a bit of a joke. But that's this one, just simple pleasures in life where these funny photos just make you laugh and the good memories behind them. Can't quite remember what round this was from. I think it was probably, I want to say Snet. It probably wasn't Snet, but it was something like that. So in at 12th place we have this photo from Cadwell Park of Sam and Asher, two teammates at GNS. So Sam swapped teams halfway through the season as things just weren't really working out with Binch. So he decided to run his own Kawasaki but ran it with GNS. So this was after his first free practice session on it at Cadwell, and I just really like this photo because they've both got their visors up, they're waiting to do a practice start, and they're like, he's clearly very, very happy to be back on a Kawasaki. And yeah, I just like the interaction between the teammates, so that's that one. In at 11th we've got one from Alton Park, second time we were there in October, so round 9 of the season, and it's just a nice one, nice family shot of the Claridges. So I think Harvey got third in GP2 in this one. I can't honestly remember, which is bad, I should know. But yeah, so this is just Harvey after pulling into Park Ferme, chatting to his mum and dad, and I just really like these like familial shots, as I'm not sure if that's the right word, but I just really like them, as I think it just shows the spirit of racing, like everyone that helps to support these riders. So that comes in at 11th. Number 10 is another JR photo, and this is from Donington Park, the penultimate round of the season, in round 10, as JR had a pit box for this one. So I spent a lot of time running up and down the back of the pit boxes between Go Racing and JR. So definitely got my workout in that weekend. But this one I really like, as it's just quite dark, and I like the fact that you've got this one is more for a composition reason as to why it's made the top 10, as opposed to like the emotional reasons. But I just really like how you've got the bike in the foreground and it's like quite dark, and then you've got the light shining onto Joe's face in the background and he's looking at the camera as he's ready to go out. And I just think this photo just came really together really nicely, and that's why it's made the top 10. In at number 9 we've got another Harry Rawlings photo, and this is again just for the simple reasons that he can play up to the camera. So in this one he's cocked the camera and decided to kind of like make a surprised face and just like create wide eyes. So that's this one, as it was just quite an entertaining one, as you will find with a lot of the Harry photos in this sequence. In at number 8 we have a bit of a different one. So it's this one of Jason, one of the mechanics at Go Racing, as Harry got, I think, yes, so for the brands on Saturday, first round of the season, I had a bit of a hectic weekend as I graduated on the Friday, so I drove down for the Saturday. Well, I drove down on the Friday for the Saturday and the Sunday, and this one the weather was atrocious. It rained like solidly all Saturday, I want to say, and Harry got his first win in GP2 in those conditions. So Jason went up to go and collect the team trophy, and it was just great. It was soaking wet, as you can tell by this photo, and he was just so happy to go and get it. It was great fun. There was another one I could have included, which I think I probably like more than this one, but I don't think he would have thanked me for it, and I know for a fact he's watching. So yeah, there was one where he's got so I'm not putting that one in because I don't think he thanked me for it. But there was another one where he's just like got his eyes closed because of the rain and the champagne, as all 3 riders did decide to abuse him with it. So in at number 7 we've got this one from Thruxton, and it was my first time at Thruxton this year, and I really enjoyed it. I was quite surprised by how much I did. You can't get to a lot of the track, but what you could get to, yeah, it's really good. A bit awkward to get into the paddock, mind. But this one is, as I like to call it, like the typical like perfect flip-flop shot, and it is from the Supersport race on the Sunday, I want to say, and it's just like the perfect flip-flop, like there's perfect gaps between all riders, and it just perfectly fills the frame, and this made me very, very happy, as a perfect flip-flop shot has been like the dream to capture. So this is one of my bucket list shots ticked off, and that is why it comes in at number 7. So in at number 6 is very much when we start getting all of the more emotional shots and the more Go Racing Sam tailored shots. So in at number 6 you've got this one from Alton Park, the last time you were there this season, and it's Sam just clearly very, very happy and very relieved, and he's just spraying champagne at Sam Wiedop, who helped out with some pit boards for us for that start of the season when he changed to GNS, and he's been with him for the entirety of his racing career in the UK until this season. So yeah, so this is a really, really nice shot because Sam Wiedop is clearly very, very happy for him. Sam is very, very happy as well, and this came after a very stressful race. So Cadwell, he finished 7th. The rest of the season he's been kind of crashing, and that is it's just one of those things sometimes. And this race, the commentators originally kind of said that they thought that like Sam had crashed out on lap 1, but he just clutched the rider in front, so that was incredibly stressful for everyone as we thought he'd gone down. And then he had a couple of moments with Jenna towards the end of the race where he like clipped his back wheel, and it was a very, very stressful race, but it was very worth it as he came home in 3rd, and that kind of boosted his confidence again. And you can tell everyone was just very happy in this photo that he put it on 3rd, and yeah, started off what was to be a very, very good end to the season, which will be shown in the later clips. So following on from his success at Alton Park, in at number 5 we have this great photo from Donington Park, the penultimate round of the season, where after a lot of stress throughout that weekend, because I'm such good friends with him as well, it's a very stressful thing when you know how much these people want it, and he has been pushing for that win all season. And yeah, spoiler alert, he got his maiden win, and that is why he is just so happy, because one of the marshals who he gets on quite well with was stood next to me, and he'd spotted them, so he was just like running to go and say hi. And I just really like this because I think it sums up everything. I remember running through like JR pit box at the end of pit lane, just because he was gapping more and more each time, and yeah, it gets stressful with him as if he's gapping, you know, it could go quite bad, or he could do this and win. And yeah, at Donington he secured his maiden win, which is a nice positive, and he got that with GNS, so I think that again started his positive, like boosted his positive end to the season. As at Donington, when he went there the 2nd time in the year, he got a 2nd and a 4th with Binch, which is good, but he bettered that, and that was nice of him. But yeah, this is just there because it's his maiden win, and just all smiles as normal with him. And this photo to follow on from Donington is another Sam photo in at 4th, and this is, so they had a double races at Brands. They had a race on Saturday and Sunday, and I want to say this is from the Sunday at Brands, but this was him just coming out onto the podium, securing his 2nd win of, well, 3rd win of the season, 2nd win at Brands, because he did the double at Brands, so he did both wins. And I just really like the composition of this, where you've got the helmet reflected in the window, and just the smiles, and just clearly how thrilled he is for this win. In at number 3 we've got our last playing up photo to the camera of Harry. And this is great because at Alton you can get really close to the grid as a spectator and there's no fences in the way. So, and this season we've had these like bright blue jackets, as you've probably seen in other vlogs, and so yeah, all season we've had these have been the Go Racing team jackets all season. Very, very obvious to pinpoint. So with that in mind, I stood shooting the grid for GP2 as I do normally, and Harry clearly spotted again and decided what I can only explain or describe his face as a smolder. But yeah, he spotted the camera, did this, and yeah, he knows he did that, and I've put it up on Instagram before. Team page I think I put it up on, and it's just a hilarious photo. As like, yeah, this just sums up Harry this season and playing up to the camera. It's been great fun, and this is why this makes it into number 3, because it's just such a funny face. In at number 2 we have this photo from Sam's second win at Brands, making him the last ever Junior Superstock race winner, as that class, as I said earlier, is no more next season. And this is after they spray the champagne and everything, and you can just see, this comes down to the whole emotion factor, but you can just see how much it means to him, and it looks like he's having a bit of a cry to himself, but that just shows how much it means, because after such a kind of roller coaster of a season for him, with crashing out of the majority of the first races, missing Thruxton, coming back in GNS to then win the last 3 races and get his maiden win in the British Championship as well. I think this just shows how much this sport and like results means to these riders. And in at number 1, which in comparison to number 1 for 2022, it's kind of quite different, as 2022 was Sam getting his best ever result to date, which was P2. I'm just looking very, very happy and very excited with it, and this photo is at number 1 for this season, and it's mainly for like the story behind it, because who doesn't love a good champagne spray photo, first of all, and I think this was my best of the season. But yeah, it was great fun. So I got soaked with champagne on this, as everyone was very, very happy with the result here. Harvey was happy with it, and he's had a bit of a rough season as well, so to finish with this, for him to be this happy with this result was very, very good. Harry's just always a very happy rider, and I was stood quite close, and Harry can pretty much always guarantee to like, so all season I've been taking podium photos, and because of the jacket, like he'll always pinpoint me, and it's like almost laser focus. He'll like look at me and look at the camera for podium photos. So you can always generally guarantee that he'd probably like either look at the camera or, in this case, try and spray me with champagne. What I didn't account for in this was that Harvey would kind of do the same. But it just happened that I was that close that as they sprayed like the line of people, I got very much drenched. Luckily the camera survived. Donington nearly didn't, but yeah. So this was just great fun. I got pretty much drenched. Larry Carter, who does all the pit lane and like podium stuff, commentary, he kind of was just like, oh, I second your social media person, and yeah, just like gave a bit of shout out in the paddock, and that was just very funny. And that's the memory behind that, and why that is number 1, as yeah, just got soaked with champagne. It's a great weekend. Sam got 3rd, both riders had finished on the podium and both were happy, and then yeah, I got, as I say, got completely dressed by champagne. But that is why that makes number 1 for this season. So that wraps it up for my top 15 favourite photos from the 2023 season. I hope you enjoyed it and hope you enjoyed seeing some of the moments. I don't think I differentiated it too much. I think a fair few of them made like my daily faves and my weekend faves from previous vlogs from the season. So I don't know if too many different. I think I tried to include some different, but off the top of my head I could not tell you which were different. But no, it's been a great season. I've worked with some really cool people, and hope to continue that into next season, and again capture some great content. Been along for the ride with Team Laffins and that whole roller coaster of a season, from the crashes and the really low parts to the maiden wins and finishing it with a triple header. Well, not triple header, with a triple win. And as well, like Go Racing, I love them to pieces. It was great working with them for the 3rd season, so next year it should be my 4th season with them. And it was great having Harry, as yeah, he just made content a lot easier to create. But yeah, it's been a great season, and I definitely got some cool moments from it. But yeah, so stay tuned because I might do a bit of a season recap video moment. It might either be a shorts or I might do a full one like this, it depends. But stay tuned for that. That'll probably be coming out kind of around New Year's-y time. But yeah, if you've got any more suggestions or content you want to see over the off season, like general photography stuff to do with the R7, just drop it down below and I'll make sure to get those out. But for now, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. Comment down below what was your favourite photo from this top 15, or if there's any that I posted on my Instagram that you liked that haven't been included in this. I'd love to hear what you guys think. This is always interesting to get other people's opinions as what I think are my favourites. Other people may not agree, so yeah, I always like getting other people's opinions. But subscribe so you don't miss anything, and I'll see you next time.